Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Well, I couldn't sleep. Hello. Alrighty, so I couldn't sleep, so I figured we'd just go ahead and do a live stream in the midnight hour. Woo. Apparently I have an attitude problem. Hello. All right, everyone. Let's just flip out the storyline, see what it reads for the planetary system. What do we got going on for the living? Knight of Cups in the reverse. Somebody's disappointed. They might be jealous. We got a Knight of Cups in the reverse. There's no love in this fella. Oh, Tony. Well, hopefully this is a you. Happy birthday, man. All right, so in the challenge position, somebody might be jealous of you. They're disappointed. They're challenged by charity. You're sharing your wealth. You're very generous. You're very caring. You might be receiving something that's really good. You might be getting a good birthday present. They might be a little pissed off. In the subconscious, birthday, so August 24th. Awesome, man. Trickery, oh my goodness. Somebody's thinking about betrayal, some kind of trickery. They're very upset over what you're receiving. They want some. They want 25th. Oh, and just 10 more minutes. Awesome. You got a celebration here in the recent past. Oh. The Lover's reversed. Well, we're going to have to find out something more about that. You know, I think my niece's birthday is on the 25th as well. I don't really get to talk to those people over the last 20 years or something like that. So I haven't really known her, but yeah, I think her birthday's coming up. Star. Rejuvenation. Energy. You could be getting some nice energy. Oh, come on, man. Take your midnight fantasy somewhere else, for Pete's sake. Oh my God. In the near future, 10 of Cups. Total love and support. Divine love. And in the lens that's being looked through with the Three of Wands in the reverse, somebody's playing small. They didn't plan well. Or maybe they're just playing small. Unexpected delays in the environment. We've got anxiety or something being hidden regarding a Page of Swords in the reverse. Deception, manipulation. Hopes and fears. You've mastered some kind of skill. Somebody might be jealous. Jealousy. And the outgoing energy. Woo! 9 of Pentacles. You're coming into the fruits of your labor. So you've got 8 Pentacles. You've mastered yourself, and then you've got the 9 Pentacles, the fruits of your labor. So that's what? 17 Pentacles? 17 Pentacles, and this generosity here. 6 more Pentacles. Sharing is caring. And you've got, look, so there may be like a reunion with an old love. Queen of Cups. So there could be a celebration here in the recent past that whatever you had been bound to, you are free of. Or maybe there's the star has been freed up from some contract, and you're now able to gain that connection here. You may have known each other in the past. I don't do personal readings, Bree. May have known each other in the past. Queen of Cups, King of Wands. Ooh, High Priestess Energy. Ooh. You've graduated. You've developed some kind of mastery. Sweet. Sweet. So that song, tempted by the fruit of another, tempted but the truth is discovered. What's been going on now that you have gone? There's no other. Tempted by the fruit of another. Disappointment. But you're not disappointed. You're free, Star. Woo! So Knight of Cups, there's no love in them. They're very disappointed. They're jealous. They could be stuck in their head over what you got coming on, over what you are receiving or giving. Sharing is caring. Oh, Julazia. Somebody is very disappointed. Somebody who's wanting reckless sex and love is very disappointed here, jealous of the Queen Bee, who is secure and confident in her boss bitch energy. So there is a Knight of Cups. There's no love in them. They want reckless sex, and they're jealous of this Queen Bee who is career focused. How about that? Of course they want to do some trickery and betrayal and blame and crap like that. They're very upset over your generosity, what you're receiving. Sharing the wealth. Your wish comes true. So they want to be deceptive. They want to get away with something. This reckless sex bullshit artistry. They say the queen bee has an attitude problem. Betrayal, bumping heads. So we've got a Knight of Cups out here who wants to have reckless sex with a boss bitch, a queen bee. They want to bump heads with the queen bee in reckless sex. To get away with some kind of trickery. They need this generosity. They need this charity. They need a sexual encounter. There's a celebration here because there is no lover connection for this queen bee. There's no lover. Boss bitch is career focused. She's like, get the fuck out of here, man. You sick puppy. She's praying. She's connected to source. Of course, those who support the curator, the energy harvesters, are your attitude. Whatever, man. Tempted by the fruit of another. They got these astral projectionists that come in trying to get you to masturbate so that they can bump heads. You're career focused. They're upset that you refuse to masturbate. You're the star energy, and you're not wasting your damn energy. You're in your heart space. You're a boss bitch. You're career focused. You're like, I'm not interested in your masturbation dreams and other kind of crap. Just get the hell out. You freaking reckless sex love demon. Side hustle. The energy of the star, side hustle. Somebody's been consuming it. So they got disconnected because they were side hustling the energy of a prayerful queen bee star. There's a celebration due to this disconnect. The star was being side hustled, energy harvested, and now we've got 10 of Cups union. Having learned the karmic lesson. In the previous cycle, whoever was connected to this queen bee was prostituting the energy. They were side hustling the star's energy, and a lot of folks built their foundation on this harvested energy. They're very upset now because this energy is being recollected and delivered to the new family dynamic. Hi, Monique. So they're really upset about that. They're running away. Yeah. 3 of Wands in the reverse, man. They did not expect this delay. They're running out. You've learned your karmic lesson. You're no longer masturbating to their dreams. You're no longer interacting in the dream lover experience. They couldn't get a false contract with you because you're faithful, you're praying, you're like, you know that these people are trying to tap into your energy and falsify documents so that they could bump heads, betray. You're like, you're not into reckless sex, Queen Bee. You're like, hey, I'm focused on my career. I'm the boss bitch. I'm the one that's sharing and caring. I'm the one that's making wishes come true. And it has nothing to do with reckless sex and side hustling with some mofo fool, Knight of freaking Cups in the reverse. We've got the Moon card and Page of Swords in the reverse. Deception, manipulation, anxiety, shocking news. About your mastery, your self-mastery. You're no longer falling for the masturbation tactics or the dream lover tactics. False contracts with invisible people that will never, ever, ever make an appearance in your 3D expression. It's too late. You're coming into your Nine of Pentacles, life of luxury. In the history, you have known somebody, and it looks like there's going to be a reunion of this Two of Cups, love unified. The High Priestess, Queen of Cups, and King of Wands energy. So this is a divine union. High Priestess, Star, Queen Bee. And you're not mirroring each other. This is the real deal. It's the real deal. It's the real deal. Oh, it's I love you. It's the real deal. You've illuminated and discovered the truth about the trap that people had been doing in order to hop on to somebody else's life path. Yeah, and they're getting blocked. Jackasses and their cohorts are getting blocked from these Nine of Pentacles reunions. Ew, and the Ten of Cups union. You've learned your karmic lesson about these nasty asses side hustling the Star, Queen Bee, High Priestess energy. They're feeling ashamed. They're not happy because they're married to a freaking psycho illusionist who refuses to let go. And they're in a firestorm of karma, and they are drinking to cope. They could be drinking a lot. I heard yesterday that somebody got pulled over and they were unable to walk a straight line. I think they got arrested. Divine Masculine is getting his family. He's finally getting his family. The family that he's wanted. And those people who had been doing love spells, those happily single people who had been doing love spells on, oh, look at this. They had been doing, oh my gosh, look at this. They'd been doing love spells on people who love themselves, married, twin flames, spiritual gifts. Jezebel is now fucked up over you and feeling like shit because Divine Masculine is saying goodbye. He recognizes that these people with no strings attached, they just want to go F this person and F that person. Yeah, they got zero credit with God. who is fed up with this behavior, man. And you're free. You're being free from this bullshit, this heartbreak, this cycle of round and round and round and sacrifice. Yeah. The people who are getting readings on others and then going after them in a romantic way in the history are worried. Losing sleep because you're turning your back on the karmic ties. You see their true colors. They're high maintenance, sex addicts. They're not high value at all. And this jackass here is having massive regrets because this is the end of them feeding on divine feminines while having reckless sex with all these Jezebels. It's over for Mr. Arrogant, my way or the highway, leaving divine feminine alone. I don't know where that's coming from, guys, but it's here. But it's here. The sad thing is that, you know, the higher you go, right, in the upper dimensional spaces, we're all about conflict resolution. We're all about, you know, using proper words and treating each other kindly, living honorably. But here in this space, we've got those who are tempted by the fruit of another. Tempted, but the truth is discovered. What's been going on? Now that you have gone, there's no other. They were tempted by Jezebel, and they thought they were going to be able to feed on the star queen bee high priestess forever. But they lost their connection because God stepped in, fed up with the bull pucky, man, of these divine beings. Yeah. So you get to breathe. You get to breathe, Queen Bee. You and your actual person. This is male and female. Yeah, and you get to try again. Failure is part of the map. You get to take a nap. You get to go take a nap. Except I can't sleep tonight. So you're receiving something, you're sharing something, there's generosity here, you're making wishes come true. Perhaps your wishes are coming true. We've got nobody knows what the heck's going on now. These reckless sex, jealousy people. Apparently jealousy is no longer being tolerated. Like zero tolerance for jealousy. Nope. And we got all kinds of people here. The wizard, the sorceress or whatever she is, the cowboy, what is that? Nobody seems to know what's going on. Everybody's improvising now because the star Queen Bee High Priestess is in a union with a King of Wands. They've been betraying everybody, tricking everybody, bumping heads with this reckless sex, tapping into energy of the Queen Bee star, low vibrational schwinksters, Jezebels, whatever. Oh, I will. For some reason, Spirit wants me awake right now. I was mad earlier. Oh, you got an attitude problem. Yes, darling, I do. Hope exists, even now. Queen Bee gets to try again. She's been emancipated from this nastiness here. She's faithful, praying, connected to Source. And not everything is a crisis. Not everything in the head is a crisis. You're imagining things spiraling out of control, but really, it's just laundry. You're doing the laundry. You're working through it. Mental clarity. Sometimes you have to really wade through a bunch of crap before you reach clarity. That's why praying is a good thing. Not everything is a crisis. It may seem like it or feel like it, but it's not. This person or people who have been disconnected from your energy, they were intending on, their expectations were and intentions were to side hustle your energy. That's what they were intending and expecting to do. How's that working out for them? Well, you belong. Exactly where you are. We've got not everything needs a reaction. You're breathing first. You might be hitting pause. You might be hitting pause on the side hustle. You're hitting pause on the side hustle. You belong here. So there's a pause on the side hustle of the star energy. They can't drain you of your energy anymore. They're really upset. They could be trying to upset you in the mental body. You got an attitude problem. Oh boy. Isn't that the way? It's always the soft-spoken ones that speak in kind of like this really soft-spoken monotone, but they've developed a relationship with the curator, the side hustler of these energies, the tempter, who appears to be religious. The tempter appears to be religious. So you're coming into a divine love because you've learned your karmic lessons about these side hustling mofos. Hello, hello everybody. You've learned your karmic lesson and you're stepping away from the computer, from these people who don't actually know what they're doing. They're reading the manual as they go. You've learned your karmic lesson. Deep, probably when you stop looking. So you're stepping away from these people. They don't really know what they're doing. They're on the TV. You may have been listening to them talk a bunch of mumbo jumbo about other people, their opinions about this or that. But it's all a script. They're saying what they're told to say. there's some obstacles to these people's long-term goals. Their long-term goals were non-existent. They were dependent on feeding on you, side hustling your energy. And now they're running because everything that they did to you in your energy is coming back on them. Everybody will be held accountable for what they have put into your mirror. The light is ahead. Darkness does not last forever. No, this is a planetary reading. It will not fit for everybody, but this is basically the overall picture of the stars and the suns who had been having their sacred essence harvested and side hustled. It's coming to an end. You can take it if it resonates for you, but no, it's not really a personal read. And that's good, Tony. That's good. Because love never dies. True love never dies. If it diminishes into some hatred, then it was never love. True love forgives, and it will never die. It will be remaining friendly at the least and supportive. So the moon is here. Somebody's having anxiety. Those who tried to manipulate you, they might be secretly trying to manipulate you. They're receiving some shocking news. Because you're saying no to the mumbo jumbo. No more emails, no more invitations, no more potential. No is a complete sentence, because words are easy and patterns are the truth. This person has already found their person. Queen Bee, Queen of Cups, and King of Wands have already come together. They're saying no. They've chosen each other. They trust the actions that each are taking. They've mastered themselves. And it's too late for a side hustling fool coming in with their haphazard deception and Julizia. So it's too late. You're going outside. The internet will survive. You're walking away from it all. You're going back into the original organic telepathic communications, and it's, you know, it's not necessarily all traditional organic telepathic communication. So the phony balonies with the false telepathy, their computer technology, their towers, their Wi-Fi, whatever the hell. Yeah, you're setting boundaries there. You're saying no to it. You're not answering any more emails. No more invitations are being answered, because it's this. They're trying to blow up your mind. So you're going outside, and you know what's amazing? I went out to my father's house yesterday. Was it yesterday? No, yesterday was Monday. Sunday, I went out to my father's house, and we spent like 3.5, 4 hours chopping kindling. And it was so peaceful out there. Like silent. It was amazing how quiet it was out there. So you're coming into your Nine of Pentacles, life of luxury, the fruits of your labor. You know, they're all upset that when they see life of luxury, they're thinking, ooh, pink leather and green silk and, you know, spa days and whatever. And it could be that when you and your person are thinking about life of luxury, you're thinking about generosity. You're thinking about giving others a hand up or a leg up, making wishes come true, sharing what it is that's coming to you. Everybody's improvising. Nobody really knows. Are they going to get anything? Are they going to lose something? So you're reuniting with somebody from the history, it looks like. You're in your High Priestess energy and you're sharing it together. Queen of Cups and King of Wands. This isn't a mirror situation. This is a genuine I love you proposal. You're choosing yourself. You're allowed to come first. So you and your person are choosing yourselves. You're not comparing yourself to the social media highlight reel. And you're surviving. You're no longer responding to all of these text messages, these emails, these false telepaths. You're surviving that storm, and that counts. You're closer than you think to the top of that mountain. So choosing yourself, you're allowed to come first. And that's the thing about the two of you, Queen Bee, Star, High Priestess energy. You've had to master yourself on your own while you were being side hustled. And because you were able to choose yourself and step away from the comparison, the mirroring, you're able to enter into a legitimate union. Choosing yourself. So in this union, there's no mirroring. The masculine knows that he has value. You're sharing the High Priestess energy, but he knows that he's worthy. He's not in it to compete. There's no competition. They're allowed to come first. They're allowed to be the man of the house, be the foundation keeper. There's no comparison. It's just it's a shared High Priestess wisdom with a lot of passion and a lot of love, is what it looks like to me. And a life of luxury is, you know what that is. It's getting up at 11 o'clock and driving to the all-night tap room for a cup of kombucha just because you can't sleep. It's taking a nice warm bath inside your house before bedtime. It's having the funding to eat the food you would like to eat. The little things are what the luxury is, right? It's not this big, grandiose trophy, you know. It's not the title of Queen Bee, High Priestess, Star that is the luxury. Oh no, that's nothing. That's just where the potential for this stuff comes from. Because having wealth means nothing if you're not sharing it. Give it away now. Give it away now. It's what it's for. Not for boasting or being above anybody, because that's not what it's about. Maybe everybody needs to have warm baths at night. You know, maybe everybody needs to have access to good organic food. Maybe you're going to start growing something so that to make that potential a possibility. You know, maybe you'll invest in some kind of a farm or a gardening system, maybe a public, you know how in some places they have like land, and then there are families that can come who live in apartments or whatever. They can come and they can have a plot and they can grow a garden. And maybe you're gonna have land, and maybe you're gonna invite the community to come and have their little plot where they're gonna grow their stuff, and maybe you all will share and trade and barter and do all of this stuff. Maybe that's something that you want to invest in. I mean, luxury is having the space to grow your own organic food if you choose, or to gather together and to do such a thing so that you can help your community thrive in a good way. I mean, yeah, tending the soil so that you get proper nutrition in your food. It could be a number of things that make this wish come true. Happiness, the sun, rebirth, rebirth, breathe, try again. So Mr. Reckless Sex is very jealous because you're breathing and you're trying again. Look, this is your person. He could be young or young at heart, taking a nap. Queen Bee is happiness. You got a rebirth here. Sometimes when people tell you that you have an attitude problem, you actually develop one, because people try to program us with their words. Words are curses, man. If somebody comes up and says, you have an attitude problem, it's like, who the fuck are you, right? At least that's my response. And maybe it shouldn't be. You know, maybe I should just say, "Puh," and walk away from them and just not give them anything, right? So you're giving, you're receiving, you're sharing the wealth, you're making wishes come true. Nobody knows what the heck is going on. Everybody is improvising. They're like, what are you doing, right? They don't know what you're doing. They don't know what to expect. Seven of Cups in the reverse. You have distinguished fantasy from reality. Your discernment is on point. You're a temperance angel. You're balancing the scales. Receiving and giving, giving and receiving. Sharing is caring, making wishes come true. Everybody's improvising. You've got your discernment here. You're making realistic choices to bring about balance and harmony. Some people say you have an attitude problem. I say we've got the 7 directions within us. Spirits to the east, spirits to the west, spirits to the north, spirits to the south, spirits of the upper, spirits of the under, spirits within. And you know, and they've all got the good, the bad, the ugly, and the beautiful aspects of them, and you have to tend everything well. Your inner diamond has 28 facets, and you have to polish it all the time. Otherwise, it's going to go dull, it's going to get chipped, it's going to get cracked. You have to care for it, just like you would the wheel on your car, on your medicine. So somebody's betraying, they're behaving trickery, they're bumping heads. Hope exists even today. These reckless sex people, they've been bumping heads and doing trickery over the mental bodies of whoever they've been sexually encountering. Queen Bee is like, hey, back off, Jack. Jackson, are you saying that your ancestors are evil? Because, dude, you're speaking ridiculous nonsense. Get the F out of here. I'm talking indigenous, traditional value systems. Ignorance doesn't have a place in creation. It just breeds fear. Within all things, there are good and bad, light and dark. There's the sacred light, there's the sacred shadow. Some things belong, some things don't. And even those things you think don't actually do. You're getting a life of luxury. Once again, you hope it exists. It's coming in for you and you're sharing it with the people. So there's a celebration here because there's no love connection. Whatever these people were doing, you chose yourself. They didn't choose you. You're very prayerful. You're source connected. Your healing, your faith, and this kind of stuff that they're trying to blow your mind up with, it's not a crisis, man. You can talk your way out of it. You can talk your way through it. You're imagining things spiraling out of control, but it's just dirty laundry. So you've got a triumph here, a Six of Wands victory, public recognition. And there could be some kind of nostalgia. Cherished moments are resurfacing as energies from your past seek reconnection. That is this here. The true blue one, the true blue connections that are not about mirroring. It's about two coming together in the High Priestess energy, the Queen Bee star High Priestess energy, and it's sharing this energy, this temperance, discernment. Both of you have it. Both of you had to choose yourself in order to wade your way through these extreme challenges, and now you get to come back together because you have learned your karmic lessons. You're ready for divine love. The star is here. You belong here. You're hitting a pause on the side hustle of energy. No more harvesting and side hustling. Breathe. You belong. I have no patience these days. If people are confused, then they should be, I guess, quiet and observe for a while. We got the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. Sharing is caring. This may signal a willingness to share more resources, feelings, or space. So this is the end of side hustle. And this is the start of sharing is caring. Sharing is caring. We're not side hustling anymore. We're not taking from others and then selling it off. No, we're sharing. We're not side hustling anybody. We're sharing and caring. We've learned our karmic lesson when it comes to divine love. And you're stepping away from these people who don't really know what they're doing. They're reading a script. And you don't need to solve everything today. Life is about the great mystery unfolding as it needs to, in the timing that it needs to, so that our own internal gearing can click, 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 click into alignment with Source. Discernment, tempered. It's really important. Sometimes it takes time to have our prayers answered. Man, I've had to, there was once, I was having such a hard time when I was younger, like 17. I was getting beat up a lot. And I was praying about it. Every day I'd go wandering in the forest and I would pray, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I love this person, but I'm getting hurt all the damn time. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And I got my answer at the end of the 3rd week. Sometimes it takes time. And God wants to know that you're serious about your desire to receive an answer. And another time, I was praying and I was wondering, what would it be like if everybody just loved each other? And I kept running that through my head. What would it be like? What would it feel like? And again, after about 3 weeks, it's like this weight came off of me and it seemed like I was raised up a couple of inches. It was wild to me. Like just running those thoughts around, what would it be like to love each other, elevated me in frequency. Well, this is too many cards, or maybe departure. There's a rite of passage. There could be a departure. You're leaving. And somebody's very angry about it. They're feeling unmotivated. 8 of Pentacles in the reverse. They feel their work is meaningless, sloppy, mediocre, arrogance. You're leaving them behind. You're leaving them behind and you're making plans for your own life. You've learned your karmic lessons. You're done. You've earned your rite of passage. They tried to stop you, steal your ticket, sacrifice you, bump heads, get you to masturbate so they could pretend that you had a freaking affair or something. We're not doing personal readings right now. It's a planetary read on the larger picture of the collective and what is going on for the majority. So the 3 of Wands is in the reverse. Somebody did not plan well. They lacked foresight. They're running now. They could be running for the light ahead. Darkness does not last forever. Darkness doesn't last forever. There's a light ahead. Be cautious with plans, communications, or partnerships. All parties are not being forthright, so be careful. Somebody might be trying to lie to you. The Moon card is here. They're trying to hide something. They're trying to hide deception. Page of Swords in the reverse. Or they're having anxiety regarding some kind of hasty manipulation. They're getting shocking news. You're choosing somebody else. You're saying no, 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 no. No is a complete sentence. Urgent, urgent, respond, respond. Alarm, alarm. You're like, no, no. Because words are easy. Warning, 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 warning. But patterns are the truth. They like to say that you have an attitude problem. Why? Tempted by the fruit of another. Because they want to come into your bedroom while you're sleeping and they want to trigger some passionate sensation so that you will masturbate and then be seen as a prostitute or unworthy of managing your own sexual energy. That in union, you might be at risk of being tempted by the manipulation of another. So I think it's very clear that this is not the case with you. You have a fine management over your own energy. Compassion. Queen of Cups. Outgoing energy. Queen of Cups. King of Wands. Sharing the High Priestess energy. Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups. This person is getting shocking news. The masculine is choosing somebody else. No more invitations. No more urgency. He's already chosen. He's chosen high value rather than high maintenance. And sometimes high value has an attitude, because high value includes temperance of the north and the south node and everything in between. And sometimes it can be a little tricky. But definitely not betray. Deceptive. Definitely not deceptive, because it's authentic and it's transparent and there's nothing hidden about it. There is simply an experiencing of the emotional or the energy and then a moving through it and back into it. Temperance. Actions speak louder than words. Especially when they are loving. For the most part. If you got somebody coming in messing with your sexual energy when you're trying to sleep and it upsets you, that's a legitimate reason to be upset. Especially if you are already connected to somebody and you got this interfering energy that's popping in. It's like, what the F word, right? I mean, there's no permission. So now you got to go find out who is trying to infiltrate the energy. And you got to put up blocks, and you got to put up stops, and you got to say, hey, this is not acceptable. And bring it to an end. And it's unfortunate that you still have people out there trespassing like this, thinking that they're just going to get away with harvesting energy and fucking around with people's lives. You've mastered yourself and your energy. And it's too late for these people. Because you're going outside. The internet will take care of itself. It'll survive on its own. You don't need to participate in it. You're no longer answering these questions of these people. No longer accepting invitations or even considering them. Limitation. Eight of Swords, limitation. Somebody might be feeling restricted. The internet will survive without you. There's limitations. Self-imposed limitations, perhaps, on the internet, on the Wi-Fi, on all that stuff. Like you may just absolutely be shutting off your router, your modem, keeping it on airplane mode, except when you got to make a call. Collaboration, teamwork, skill, creating, building, working with others to achieve a common goal by combining your skills and talents. So you're moving away from the internet. And you're gathering together to be solution providers using your organic minds. So you're restricting the internet of things and you're coming together with your organic minds as solution providers. Yeah. That's what it looks like to me. No more Googling your answers. We've got the Nine of Pentacles and a reunion. Somebody that you knew from the past, perhaps many lifetimes ago. You're sharing the High Priestess energy. You're in your Queen of Cups energy and your King of Wands energy. This is not a mirroring experience. You're not comparing yourselves to each other. You're allowed to come first in your own story. You're a powerhouse on your own. And when you come into union proper, you're coming in with what you yourself have become and have to offer. It's true love, mutual respect, you're not comparing yourself to each other. You're both sharing this High Priestess energy connected to Source, the Star energy, this Royal energy. And look at here. See how in the background it's like there's the dog chewing up the toy. The baby's under the table, banging everything around. The computer is going off. The calendar is moving. The thunder and lightning is coming. The food's on the stove, it's burning, and you're like, hey, peace, man. You're allowed to come first. Messy does not mean powerless. Just because the world seems like it's falling apart doesn't necessarily mean it's true. They used to say cleanliness is next to godliness. Well, chaos is often where creation occurs. And if you get rid of chaos, what are you actually birthing except a script? There's a transformation, death, metamorphosis, something in your life, an identity, belief, relationship, habit, or cycle is ready to die. And that is your union with the bully, the self-centered bully of narcissism, death, metamorphosis. No more mirroring. The narcissism is going away. The bully, the self-centered bully, is shifting out or transforming or going through some kind of a metamorphosis. They will be evolving, perhaps. And that's the legacy that you're leaving. You're shifting away from narcissism and script reading, that scenario where nobody knows what the heck they're doing. They're reading a script. They're not living. A foundation of sustainable wealth is being established, supporting generations to come. You're gaining an inheritance. Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups. Nine of Pentacles. Generations to come. Six of Pentacles. Genuine love. Somebody might be criticizing or being very judgmental over this partnership. Of course they are. They don't want your passion. They don't want your fire. They don't want that spark. They want soft-spoken, proper verbiage, proper appearance, side hustling, whatever, and narcissistic demand. And you're moving away from that. Of course, they will be critical and judgmental of your union. But you have a harmonious partnership here. And people are very frustrated about their broken plans to bring domestic unrest to everyone's environment. They wanted you to be alone, so that they could continue casting illusions over your life. But you have shined a light on those hidden things, and you're able to reunite with your soulmate. Restoration of this union. Truth, fairness, equality, justice. Trust in the order of truth and consequences. Balance and fairness will soon be restored. And that song keeps playing. Tempted by the fruit of another. Tempted, but the truth is discovered. What's been going on now that you have gone? There's no other. Those who chose somebody over you and decided to prostitute your energy, side hustle you, it's too bad, man. They lost you. And they will never, ever have another one like you. Queen Bee, High Priestess, Star. You've got yourself a King of Wands here. You're sharing the energy with each other. There's no competition at all. Because each of you chose each other, and then God brought you two together in union, sacred and holy. Sacred and holy. You've got your Nine of Pentacles here, and you've got your Nine of Pentacles. You're both coming in on scene with 9 Pentacles. You both have earned your reward, and now you're coming together, being generous and sharing it. There's no competition. You have both earned equal reward. You're both in the High Priestess energy. There's no competition. Which is excellent. And regardless of your ages, whether one be older or one be younger or one be whatever, you both have had very difficult circumstances that you have made it through. This betrayal, this trickery, this bumping of the heads, this whatever. You both came through it. An exciting event is coming up. Temperance is here. It's a great worry over nothing. Nobody knows what's going to happen. So you're out here receiving and giving and making wishes come true. Perhaps your wishes are coming true. Nobody really knows what's going on. They're like, well, what are we getting? What's going on? What's happening here? It's a great worry over nothing. Everything's going to be okay. There's discernment. There's the scales are being balanced. It's exactly what's happening. And, you know, the imbalance that had existed for a very long time with this narcissistic circumstance is coming into temperance. Shocking news. The deceiver are having shocking news. Rose. Romance is in the air. Thank you, Pamela. Appreciate you. I'm glad it's resonating for you. Woohoo! So we got celebration here. The misalignment in these unions. Whoa. The imbalance. You remain faithful. Whatever this was, this narcissistic thing, you've broken out of it. Yeah, not everything is a crisis. It's like a getting out of here, man. You've got public recognition over the mental effery. And there is a reunion here with something from history. So you get to try again, Queen Bee. You get to try again. There's an exciting event coming up. Something worth celebrating. You're breathing. Breathing in and out that golden energy. Connected with the finer things of life, the luxury of life, right? The sun. And we got caterpillar. Things will not always be this way. A change is coming. There's metamorphosis. Metamorphosis. You're no longer the caterpillar. You're metamorphosing. You've got your wings. The star shining brightly. You belong here. There's a pause on the side hustle of people's energy. And sharing is caring. So we're not harvesting and selling others' energies. We're simply sharing ourselves with our communities, our 9 of Pentacles that we have earned on our solo journey through this challenging experience. Sharing resources, feelings, space, wisdom. 4 of Pentacles in the reverse. Source said that you will create, you will produce, you will share, or you will have nothing. And that's what we're coming into, a bartering system, which is why maybe one of the things that could happen with this 9 of Pentacles double, because both you and he have earned your 9 of Pentacles life of luxury. So now you're coming together. You're not mirroring each other. You're sharing the wealth with each other, your lessons that have been learned, partnering in a good way, and then sharing that with the community that has also earned its own 9 of Pentacles. There's not just 2 of you. There's many of you, pairs coming together in this new cycle that is going to be void of narcissistic attachments. Now we got September. I had heard several months ago that the commander of this operation wanted to be finished by September. There will be a pause on the side hustle by September. You're entering into the Ten of Cups, divine loving union, which is equal give and take. You've learned your karmic lessons regarding these people who did not really know what they were doing. They're just reading script. They don't know what they're doing. They're misguiding everybody. Now, the Royal Mother said that everybody was being led down a path of incoherency. Nobody knew what they were doing. Nobody knew what they were doing. They were following this AI system that was just munching your energy, your time. You were competing with something that was not real. You've learned your karmic lesson. You're departing. You've got a Six of Swords, Rite of Passage, and you're making plans to leave home. To leave home, to leave wherever you're leaving from. Should you stay with the security of the familiar or venture out into the unknown? I believe you're taking risks. You're an explorer. You're going to go provide solutions in this new chapter that will elevate the community with this Nine of Pentacles that you have earned through your solo journey of extreme challenge and overcoming. You're ready for divine union now with somebody who has also graduated this horrendous experience and is able to discern and bring into temperance whatever challenges that arise. For a little while, it could look and feel very nasty as you're alchemizing this, and you'll get better at it, and the time that it takes for you to bring it into temperance will decrease as these narcissistic energies dissipate. The interfering energy will settle, and you'll be able to focus more on what it is you're going to be bringing solutions for or creating solutions for. And it's all going to be about the community, because if your neighbor isn't doing well, then your community isn't doing well. It's really important that we all find our niche, what it is that makes our soul sing, right? We've got some folks out there that are very angry. They're being very arrogant. They're sloppy. They're unmotivated. They don't want to do anything. They don't really know what they're doing. They're just out there munching everybody's time. You've learned your karmic lesson and you're leaving. You're making plans for your future. Okay. Romance is in the air. Da 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 da, rose. Romance is in the air. Isn't it lovely? It's so lovely. Ram. A stubborn, aggressive person. Could be arrogant, unmotivated. Stubborn and arrogant. Aggressive. You're leaving. They're upset. Because when you leave, money, love, the barrel will crack. Their adventure comes to an end. You're not getting the boot. You're leaving. You're not getting rejected. They're not happy about that. They really thought that they could make it happen. But romance is in the air instead. Which one? I just blocked a couple of people. Yes, Mystic Blueprint, absolutely. Sorry for the disturbance, guys, gals. I suppose, I got to take the time to block them. My apologies for the delay. Claw. So we've got the lens is being looked through. They did not plan well. They're running for the light ahead. They're running for it now. Or maybe they're running from it. But we do have deceit here. And we have be careful, do not take risks. Theft, trickery, secrecy. We've got the moon in the environment. And we also have deception and manipulation. Those people who they're having anxiety now, those deceivers, because they're receiving shocking news. No is a complete sentence. This person has already chosen their person. These two Nine of Pentacles rewards, this male and female that are coming together, they're equally yoked. They have the ability to temper their own energy, their own mind, and their own system. And words are real easy. You can talk the talk. You can be real soft spoken, and you can do the right thing all the time, or seemingly so, while at the same time playing devil's advocate, tempter, and it's like, who really is the soft spoken, legitimate temperance angel? The one who is always soft-spoken while tempting others with masturbation and incidences or things that could potentially bring them failure? Or are you going to trust in the patterns of somebody who may be a little messy, but they're always bringing the inner portion of themselves into temperance, right? And it doesn't take long. Thank you, Pamela. I appreciate you. Thank you. So the compassionate Queen of Cups. So while it may seem that there is an attitude problem on occasion, that's just a bounce down into the South Node to swim around and what the heck is disturbing us there. And then bringing it into temperance, bringing it back into a state of love over and over and over again. Now, the energy that's been with me has been with me for 27 months. The energy that is walking with me knows very well my ability to discern and to temper this nastiness that's always trying to project itself onto me. I don't like it. Not one bit do I. I'm looking forward to the absence of these narcissistic tempters of the unseen, stirring up trouble in my water. Don't much care for you guys. So we got a purse. You're getting your purse. Again, you both have earned 9 of Pentacles, lives of luxury, and you both have got your purse here. Your 6 of Pentacles. You both want to share and care for your communities. And I'm speaking of 2, but there are many pairs out there happening right now. This is a planetary thing. You've mastered yourself, and it's too late for these people to get along. The internet will survive on its own. You're going outside. You're moving away from that. You're no longer answering the emails. You're no longer taking calls. You're no longer taking applications for your future spouse. You've already made up your mind. Yep. So the internet will survive on its own. You're going to go outside. You're going to reconnect with nature, with life itself. And this is a self-imposed restriction that you're laying upon yourself. You're moving away from the time muncher. You're imposing a self-restriction. You're moving away. And you're going back into a more organic state of being, where you're collaborating with each other, working as a team, combining your skill levels, creating and building solutions for the community. Someone new may be entering your life. The chair has already been filled. There's no more need for anybody to apply for the position of male or female partner. It's already been decided. It's already been decided. Anybody who tries to enter into this to mess with it could be bound in a big way, like they're interfering at this point, and they're still trying to mind up people. It's been, for me, 27 months of trial, of observation. Someone you know is undependable and insincere. Narcissists. Are undergoing a transformation. Whatever that means. The death energy is like, it's a relationship, a habit, or a cycle with these bullies is coming to an end. They're very undependable and they're very insincere, and there is like a death, some kind of a metamorphosis, some kind of a transformation happening for them. And you're taking a vacation, physically and or mentally. You're not comparing yourself to anybody. Yeah, the house might be a little empty. Yeah, you may not know which way you're going, but you're source connected. And if you're source connected, source will guide you. And sometimes there's no words. It's a feeling. What is happening around you? The storm does not need to affect your life. You can be this. You can be this. Rest, relax. You can clean up the mess later. Clean it up now. It's not that urgent. It's not that urgent. It'll get done. Problems are temporary. Breathe into it and let it settle. Reconciliation. Romance. Celebration, fun, and enjoyment. Well, we got younger man and younger woman here. Look. It could be that there's going to be like a age regression thing going on by March, maybe. Earlier there was like this union was coming together in February, and then by March it was like whatever this big bang thing that you guys got going on could just like totally reset everything. When your energies collide or come together, like it could just like create some kind of explosion inside of you that just resets every cell of your body. Something like that. Well, it's, you know, almost 1:30 a.m. on the 25th of August. I think I'm going to go ahead and shut this one off here, everybody. It's been an experience. Thank you for the channel donations. Thank you for all the jewels and everything, everybody. I really appreciate it. Thanks for being here at this hour. I'm surprised that so many of you are awake, but I don't know why I should be. We always got folks that are up at this time of the night. Even myself, I'm usually awake because there's so much activity going on at this hour. I wish you a blessed day. Happy birthday to those who are having happy birthdays, and congratulations, everybody, on your 9 of Pentacles. You did very well. See you on the next one, everybody.